Ah, so many. And I mm, can't make all those bits that came flying at my head while we were on the starting soon screen shoot out at me again on Bordeaux. Just like that would take a lot of effort on my part. Relaunch all those. But gosh, hi Maya. Shall we? Ah! Well, 100 pins. Wow. Hi Maya. Hope you're doing fine. I know that today you have your own stream. Chaos Christmas Carols and Magic the Gathering opening. I, I wasn't, nailed down to the desk here. Oh well. Okay, well, that up real quick. How are you doing, Maya? You launched a lot of bets, but you haven't said anything. Doing okay? Alright, well, with the ads done, me and my special of the devil outfit made by Snap Liminal, who's a really, really, really good artist, 3D artist. Without her, I wouldn't look quite the part for this. I think I'm gonna switch over to the game right away because I'm really, really wanting to just get to it. Oh, I forgot to save. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna have to keep adjusting that. May as well just save it right. Oh, sorry about that. So here we are with Of the Devil, episode 2. Can't wait. Just so excited to actually be playing this one. And I did get a free key for this from Encircle Games. They were very generous in giving such a in giving me a key for it. I know that I usually have a lot of lurkers who don't really give me a lot of messages back, but I'm really thankful that anyone's okay. So we're going to just jump right into it. What's going on with the Devil episode 2? Hopefully, able to do my voices as well as yesterday. I was really on a roll with switching voices for to set up, making sure my chat is somewhere I can see it. This is a work of fiction. Yes, it is. It's kind of a good thing for us that baddie like Morgan doesn't exist, and Okay, so we have a save for a roller in episode 1, and we got about halfway, but I really can't wait any longer. I'm going to just go into the next case. Episode 3, ready to be wishlisted, and I definitely will. A little heart loading screen for heartbreak. Choose to play episode 2 in high roller mode. High roller mode, you are limited to 1 save slot. You won't be able to reload your saves while inside the courtroom. Quick saving and auto saves will be disabled as well. The minimum ante for hands will be increased. The minimum and maximum penalties for answering incorrectly during trial gameplay will be increased. The maximum ante will be increased as well, allowing you to earn the largest possible high score credit in this episode. Completing this episode in High Roller will unlock exclusive phone charm that can't be earned any other way. Speaking of phone charm, oh, I can already buy some new ones. Okay, we got the empty head, no thoughts, London. We got Angie Reyes, 80, handle with care. Diamani, Fierce. Looks like that's probably a new character. I'm gonna buy it anyways because I got the points. But for this episode, I'm not really sure who to use. Let's go with Sarah for now. And we'll see how we feel about that after completing this episode in high roller mode. We'll unlock exclusive phone chart that can't be in way. You can turn high roller mode off at any time in settings, but in order to turn it back on, you would have to restart this episode. High roller mode is intended to encourage risk-taking and discourage saves coming. Consider enabling it if you want to pursue this mystery like a true gambler. So we can go standard, which is safe, and if you want to be perfect, this is the way to go because you can save scum. But I'm a bit of a gambler. I would love to see me fail at this game. Welcome to the high roller tables. Enjoy the thrill. Disable tutorials. Go back on and setting. I don't think I need tutorial. Unless they have new sequences that I haven't seen before. First question's an easy one. Who's your senator? Mathings. The shit's still trying to... Mathings is our senator, man. What? Still? Hey, wake up. From the top, I guess. What is your... what is your name? Hikari, yeah? Oh. Wait, huh? Hold on. Ikaria? Do I still have my... No, we don't. I recognize the name Ikaria, though. 28... 2086? What did you say last time? 2027? Maybe this stuff's finally working. Dog does know how to shake. You go again in the head. One thing I said, one thing I asked. Anywhere but the head. Not my fault he's got such a punchable face. So, we calibrated yet, or what? No. We're as close as we're gonna get with equipment this old. You wanna get to the real questions, or does he need more softening up? I just said I won't soften him up in the head. How about it? You still with us, hound? You're gonna feel a migraine hit you like a tram in a few seconds. Do me a favor. Hold on to the pain. Let it go and the barbita barbitosine medical words. Why are they so difficult? Barbitosine will drop you like a don't want you a vegetable, right? Yeah, that's the spirit. Knew you were a fighter. Question 1. Do you know why you're here? Because you were too spooked to do this over a line. I'm always right. I'm always the right amount of spooked, Rad. Oh, different voice. When I tell you there's heat, I mean it. I know. I always listen. See? Breathable layer. God damn it. Oh, she looks so good like this. I love this look for her. Hold on, we're gonna hide the UI real quick. Gosh, look at her. Kinda wish I commissioned this outfit. Well, we commissioned this outfit, but... Well... This is her more iconic uniform, so... You laugh. Doesn't mean I concede your point. Your lighter. You memorize the map. I think I got the gist of it. Yep, it's pretty vague, but yeah. I think I got the gist of it. You're worried about that? About a paper trail? Proactive analytics just won a state contract. No, I think that is meant to be proactive. Protective? Proctive analytics just won a state contract for a new trawling algorithms that can be on an entire city blocks worth of crumbs in less than an hour. Okay, so we have the IoT. This is where they explain crumbs to us for the third time. But you know, crumbs are basically like cookies but smaller. Have basically all of your personal data on it. Like who you are, what device you logged into, and why my dogs are barking. Only butts. Kinda like every little bit of what you were doing here, why you were here, and all that. Basically, Big Brother's breadcrumbs. Didn't you read the financial section today? I'm more of a Sudoku gal. We can't all be as well read as Renard Diamani. I'm sending you the links. Read them, and the rest of the news too. Proposition 492 is going to be on the ballot this year. Shouldn't vote on it blindly. For a guy who makes the majority of his living operating outside the law, you sure take your civic duties seriously. Information brokering isn't illegal, but people choose to do with my advice. You declare the income for it on your taxes? Sorry, I promised to take a look at what you sent over. Articles, ballot proposition. Is this going to be an article where we don't have to answer a little quiz for? With public works construction headed to the ballots. With the elections coming up, a number of measures related to the infrastructure, public works, and funding for city programs will be on the ballot soon. Read on to get an overview of some of the most hotly anticipated issues that you'll be able to vote on in the coming months. Proposition 436.2D. Petition for the City Council to commission cost analysts on public schooling. So they want to see if they can cut more costs on schooling, huh? Sponsored by Aaron, Houston, and Myers. The last several decades, all education has been handled through private institutions, typically associated with one or more corporate benefactors. While this has eased the expense of childcare and pre-university education for families, citizens regularly voice concerns over children being treated as customers first, students second. There are several schools throughout the city that accept students at no cost to their parents, but these are reliant on government subsidies, introducing the potential for waste and corruption, and generally seen as subpar environments for learning. If enough voters say aye to this petition, City Council will commission a study to evaluate the cost and feasibility, introducing direct public schooling to the city. Oh, so they got rid of public schools and they want to see if they can bring them back. That sounds like a good thing, but I'm sure there's a lot more to this bill than being said here. Funding of Atlas Pillar Rejuvenation Projects, Proposition 9.1A. Sponsored by Choppin' Cow Industries, Wickham. Voting aye on this measure will direct City Council to fund the renovation and reinforcement of multiple Atlas pillars across the lower wards, paid for by a percent of increased sales tax within the city limits. Atlas pillars act as stabilizing points for the city's canopy, super infrastructure, and house all the largest public transport elevators that allow foot traffic to seamlessly flow between the canopy and street level. The measure is generally viewed favorably by representatives from lower wards who acknowledge that the necessary construction will be disruptive, but point to language in the proposition that guarantees easing of zoning restrictions around the pillars as vital to reducing unemployment in the target region. Previously, comparable propositions that renovated city pillars north of the park have been touted as successful examples, and studies have shown that poverty is down and citizen satisfaction is up in the surrounding area. Some number of city council members representing uptown districts have voiced skepticism about these economic benefits, but none have argued against the architectural reality the canopy's need for additional structural reinforcement. Which exactly of the city's older Atlas pillars will be targeted for this rejuvenation has yet to be disclosed. Past experience has shown that due to the nature of vertically integrated real estate, property values in the lower wards can either skyrocket or even drop into the negative based on which pillars are rejuvenated. And the city is wary of disrupting the real estate market in the lower wards with rampant outsider-funded speculation. Proposition 493.1a, renaming Atlas pillars to honor local community figures. Sponsored by Danford, Johnson, Sung Ho, and Wickham. Nicknamed Pillars of the Community Project, the headlines Prop 493 seeks to rename Atlas pillars around the city to local leaders and national figures, replacing the current system where pillars are given alphanumerical designations based on the streets they are built on top of. Few members of the city council have spoken explicitly for or against the measure, but polls showed general support among the citizenry, with some questions about how the new names will be chosen. Atlas was originally an internal name for the infrastructure constructs. The leaked blueprints and contractor word of mouth spread the moniker, and it has become rooted itself in the culture. And since, despite having that, what the mayor at the time reportedly described as in private as an ominous ring to Proposition 527.3b, Commission of Report on Victims of Acid Snow, sponsored by Hernandez, Lang, Mohammed. The acid snow incidents prominently at the forefront of the public consciousness following the Greyfall documentary that premiered earlier this year. Previously underreported on, while the industrial accident did not create snow and did not in fact add acid to the atmosphere. The film's eyewitness accounts of starring children received at early morning nearly 2 decades ago, as they played in what they thought was unseasonable snowfall, had spurred public outcry. If this proposition receives enough eyes at the ballot box, the city will commission a full investigation into the victims of the incident, including assessment of damages for what could one day be a public fund for medical treatment. Critics of the proposition argue that after 20 years, few victims will still be residents in the city, assuming they can be found at all. Others point to the state lawsuit Gindu Chemicals settled 15 years ago as sufficient compensation for their victims. So as one of the conditions of that settlement, Gindu did not admit any fault or wrongdoing on the part of corporate leadership. Wow, okay, those are some propositions. God, how can you be this calm? Take a chance like this doesn't come around, well, ever. Frankly, I'm surprised they were willing to put up the funds it took to commission this thing. What do you think changed? Nothing ever changes in the lower wards, is what I would say if I was feeling dramatic. Heartbreak made organized crime look like a bunch of cowards hiding under rocks, is what I would say if I was feeling comedic. Don't joke about heartbreak before sending a woman off into the lower wards by herself, because Because you're such a delicate flower. Need of protection. Morgan. Date of birth, December 26th, which is in about 3 days. Height, 175 centimeter. Weight, will not say. Blood type, AB negative. Occupation, criminal. Defense attorney. Likes, power washers. Lamb chops, prime number. Dislikes, lectures, belt, the violin. Plays, blackjack. Texas Hold'em. CeeLo. Ma, ma, Mahjong. E and E card. Mayflower, the funny looking red ones. Lycus radiata. Eggs, Ride and Runny. Learning more about Morgan every time I see your profile. How about you start feeling analytic and give me your real answer? Fine. In my humble opinion, the Rust made the first move. Demand for their products has gone up, so they set to work with their syringes and levers and vans. Hi Mooney, welcome in. Off to lurking. Welcome to the stream at least. I hope you enjoy your lurk. Mobile chop shops hunting for a product to fill the supply gap. Supply gap? Can't spit without it landing on a Vitruvian Vitruvian clinic. How's the biggest it's ever been? What mods aren't? What? Sorry. What mods aren't being printed to demand? Body modifications, basically. People have started hacking their limbs off in order to get better jobs that need specialized prosthetics for their jobs. They also do it for fashion and other reasons. This has led to less sympathy for those who need prosthetics for actual medical reasons. But what mods aren't being printed to demand? It's replacement parts, not the mods that Rust Harvest, Vitruvian, How, and all the others aren't interested in helping you fix a faulty pump. They want to sell you a whole new model. The Rust might not always be pretty to look at, but even law-abiding citizens will readily follow their distaste for a discount that steep. A lot of modders are veterans, not easy prey. Correct, hence the Rust stockpiling rough weapons, and in response, the blue blood sensing escalation. But that's just my hypothesis. I ever get pulled into an alley and wake up missing a kidney, we'll call it a formal theory. Rust. This is a new one. Rust Gang, showing results for Rust criminal organization. Domestic criminal organization known as the Rust, more accurately described as a loose collection of smaller gangs, sets, and racketeering organizations, and formed out of necessity rather than any particular shared value. Broad powers granted to the state and law enforcement to address civil unrest during the 60s meant that small to medium-sized criminal organizations could not survive on their own, as virtually all their members could be detained indefinitely if one or more members was suspected of racketeering. Under new laws that classified gang activity as terrorism, while the rust has evolved since its chaotic initial formation, the spirit of it lives on in the highly diverse culture of the rust component cells or pods. Law enforcement officials disagree on whether the rust meets the definition of a criminal organization, as many argue that the gangs make make it up are compatible or capable of operating completely independently of one another. Some hypothesize that the rust serves merely as a shadow wall intended to make smaller gangs' patterns of violence seem like well-organized planning. As it stands, the rust is known for its black market operations in illegal and illicitly sourced pods, offering military-grade or foreign-produced mods to civilians. They are particularly known for regularly assaulting and ripping mods out of their victims for resale. Historically, the rust has been associated with elevated levels of gang violence, giving themselves a fearsome reputation that has, fortunately, limited their ability to assimilate themselves into other segments of society. However, in People v. Army, Harmony K systems, the state alleged that Harmony K had, on numerous occasions, employed the rust as a kind of extra-legal mercenary force when pursuing aggressive market negotiations with their competitors. The case was ultimately settled out of court for an undisclosed penalty amount, but misinformation has persisted ever since, claiming that the rust has endured despite its violent days due to being sheltered from consequences that by the corporations who contract the rust as deniable mercenary. However, it's not like we're talking about a weapon, mass destruction. What makes the Blues think they can win a gang war then? Maybe they found the right soldier to wield it. The idea lingers in the air for a moment. The gaze out the windows and neon suites. The lower float up past bubbles of air as we make our descent down into the beautiful city's scenic lower wards. How's this part go again? Through me, the city of woe. Through me, the way eternal dull. Through me, the way amongst the lost. Inferno. Canto 3. Welcome to the underworld, Dante. Sometimes hot, sometimes misty, sometimes choking with poison, always dark. Is that the official forecast? More accurate than whatever's on your phone. Between the skyscrapers, the generators, the turbines, and the canopy. Every city block's got its own climate down here. 9 circles of fresh hell. Did the reference say something? Don't make me feel crazy for 5 minutes so you can feel smart for 5 seconds. The smog of the lower wards lingers on your skin long after you make the climb back out. This place clings to you, unwanted, cloyingly attachment. But there's an honesty to all the down here. Trivial, easy to navigate. Sorry. And it's got a nightlife rife with opportunities for someone my particular interest. Sorry, I couldn't get you anything else to work with. It was short notice. I know better than to bet against you by now, Red. But still, it's sweet of you to worry. But this is a surefire thing. Spoken like a true addict. I mean it. I'm here for business, not pleasure. I don't plan on leaving anything to chance. Wow, that's woof. Um, that's some stuff right there. Ah, sorry, I had to sneeze. Avoid the populated streets. Turn away from brightly lit spots. Follow a trail of graffiti, broken cameras, fast food stands, steam vents down the rabbit hole. Sounds more complicated than it actually is in practice. It's easy to find, uh, easy to end up on the wrong side of town, as long as you're trying to. Reinhardt's map narrowed the search a lot more than I expected, but I'll be on my own from here. Gotta be one of these three buildings. Yeah, let's go over what I know. I'm looking for a base of operations, or a mid-tier kind of, other than a storefront, not as fortified as a headquarters. Location that makes customers feel safe, not trapped. Of course, if I start knocking on doors, they'll probably find me with weapons drawn. So if I want to be smart about this, I better use all my senses. Looks like we have a couple things to look at. Oh gosh, this is such a lovely scape. Like cityscape. I love this. The windows are all dark, like no one's home. But they're all shut too, so it could be that they're just tinted. Alley's clear. Fire escape's still there for the most part. Could pass for an alternate exit if need be. And the door looks sturdy enough to bounce a bullet off. Someone's been renovating. Hi, Moya. How you doing? Ah, so many bits. Being rained on by bits. uh, Getting ready for stream, Maya. I know you start in like 20 minutes. Bug you for a question in private. Okay. Go ahead and send me a DM. Kinda waking up. I understand. Alright. Someone's been renovating. Okay, I can have these two. Wow, this place looks like shit. Looks more like a haunt. Just dry enough to bring users pass out in than anything else. It's plenty inconspicuous, but a dealer of the level I'm looking for would be considered a made man. Respectable. I doubt they'd be willing to have step over trash constantly. Low profile. A bit cleaner than the other buildings around here. Could be someone's spending money on upkeep. Or maybe this one's just been torn down and rebuilt the least. There's a couple bodies lingering around outside it. They don't exactly have organized criminal associate at Orca. Organized criminal associate. Organized criminal associate is the label most widely used within law enforcement. Individuals who are members of criminal organizations, implanting terminology during the first half of the 21st century, in accordance with changes to the organization of, recruitment for, and internal culture within or crime. Frequently abbreviated with some artistic liberty as or more common orcas. Law enforcement professionals often use related nomenclature when discussing organized crime in informal settings. For example, an orca may be referred to a killer whale, or AW. A group of orcas may be called a pod, while a known gathering place may be in. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. A lot of pods will kill civilians good money just to keep your eyes open. It's certainly dark. There's a camera out front. It's not broken. Overall, probably just a mechanic puts down the power to save money at night. Okay, might as well pull the trigger. Dingy but not a shithole. Here are features, but it's not too shiny. Goldilocks makes it. It's my best bet. But why? Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Hmm. Hello there, little miss. Is that you? Not right. It's not Sarah. Hey, great acting. You were supposed to be the redhead. What do you say? You'll come down here to be anonymous. The closest thing within modern day. It's considered more etiquette to stare at any more than a moment. Fox paw, faux pas to make it remember someone. Commenting another's dress is a slap to the face, but it is. Go away. At least they can take correction. Whatever, a lookout being around. Pick the right building. time to try the door. We'll make them open up. Money. It's absolutely money. I have money. Actually, I have a dark card. Should have provoked a reaction. A grunt, footsteps, something. I place my hand against the door absent-minded, ready to move. I feel movement. Locks being checked. Perhaps a doorknob palmed. Anxiety. Curiosity. Pity. I... How do you enter a closed? First you try a push. That doesn't work. Actually, forget it. I'll find some other trickery. You know what you're looking for. If you know what you're doing, doors will open for you. Like magic. It's money. Why would they open for anything else? The door is not the only thing that's been around here. This apartment building, hotel, whatever it used to be, someone's made a lot of effort to dial it down. Always blocked off, chicken wire, stripped furniture, access panels ripped out, doors welded shut. They took a maze, routed down a one-way street, or maybe a shooting gallery, with blaring musical accompanying. Don't get any ideas. Got no vacancy. And here I thought I found my dream home, Mr. Call me Trey. Okay, Trey. Human Trey Trench. Date of birth, April 2nd. Height, 177 centimeter. Weight, 62 kilograms. Blood type, O positive. Occupation, freelancer. Likes vending machines, skate parks, and ice chips. Dislikes, rich kids. Fried food, cops. Loitering, 3 arrests, 0 conviction. Larceny, 2 arrests, 1 conviction. Truancy, no incidents on record. Oh, so you actually go. Call me Trey. And too bad we're closed this month. Wait, you're serious? You rent these out? Of course we do. This is a business. Alright, looks like we're doing ads for a moment. Alright, sorry everyone, I was answering it. Alright, let's look at how long we have on ads. Wow, what? Holy butts. Looks like we have about a minute. All right, how long? Much longer do we have on it? 15 seconds. Okay. Sorry, everyone. I'm excited to get back to it. I want to go read more. Okay. Welcome back from ads, everyone. I'm sorry. I would have them disabled if it wasn't the only way I made money off of this. All right. Back to it. We're meeting Trey, who's this wonderful little person we've been talking to. Of course we do. This is a business. Right, and you, see a lot of demand. This is the lower rewards, bitch. You size the word without emphasis, like a subconscious honor. I'm not honored, but I can't find it in myself to be offended either. Tons of stray ducks who will pay top for a sight to lead low in a night or two. I can see why. This is the hallway. The rooms are clean. Sure. Look, the doors are heavy, the locks are all physical, and it's quiet. So this is a safe house for rent. Safe rooms for rent. But like I said, we're not open for business right now. Here he is. Come on. Come on. Up the stairs already. And no mask when you get up there. And curious, sir. A good mask is like a good pair of boots and floor worn. Be clean, be moving, makes your journey a dozen times more comfortable. And house, leave the house barefoot. Expect it brings something savory. If you leave the house barefoot, you can expect to bring something unsavory back to you. Not odd for him to be bare-faced, demanding that I not wear. Seriously, stuff it in your pocket now. How do we go about this? I could capitulate. Ray probably has a reason for it. I could refuse and be hard-lined about it. I don't think that gets us anywhere. We could deflect and try to push it under the table. Let's, let's go with a deflection. I think we want to try to keep our anonymity. Forgot I was wearing it. I'm so nervous though. We're not. I mean, I ain't nervous. Nothing to worry about then. Yeah, but you need to lose those gloves too. So that's their game. This isn't a power move. It's insurance. This place ever gets busted, evidence with my visible all over the place. They're giving their customers extra incentive to make sure this shithole remains a hidden gem. Reasonable idea on their and change my answer. That's not happening. Bitch. Oh, whatever. Have fun explaining to the boss why you can't follow basic instructions. It does sound fun. Watch it. You're a guest here. Oh, shit. Uh, Guest. I'm a paying customer. You try to get me to remove more articles of clothing. I'm leaving a scathing review. You haven't paid yet. Come on. Right behind you. I figured it was something close to that. They wanted to get her face on camera, and they wanted to get it. Looks like they wanted to get her fingerprints too. Neither of which is happening, not with Morgan. Rui here. Yeah, hey, I'll get the door. Uh, Howdy. Where the hell do you find her? Must have fallen out of the canopy, ripe as shit fruit. Because if she didn't fall out of the damn sky, I mean, Trey, open the door for her. Right, Trey. Thanks, come on, how hard is it not to open a goddamn door? Well, she has. Shut up. The others aren't fazed by his volume. This is normal. The big guy's always like that. But his outburst has given me a moment to take in the scenic view. Brings a tear to the eye. You. Me? Who else? Hit that. Cigarette? It's laced with drugs. Or don't. I'd love the excuse to kick your ass back down those stairs. They think I'm a cop. They think I'm a cop, and cops don't use drugs when undercover. And I could quote the exact law that invalidates this legal defense, but I gather that wouldn't assuage their concerns. Well, what's it gonna be? We're not using someone else's cigarette. What? Oh, drug-laced cigarette. This is Morgan. She doesn't capitulate to anybody. But hold on. A fantastic profile for this person. Anchor Tanks Tan. Date of birth, August 11th. Height, 191 centimeter. Weight, 101 kilograms. Blood type, A negative. Occupation, handyman. Likes parkour, spray paint, stainless steel. Dislikes beer cans, water stains, cops. Assault, 2 arrests, no charges pressed. Grand theft, 3 arrests, 2 convictions. Incarceration, 18 months, juvenile correctional camp. Oh, you talk a big game, but you haven't really done anything, have you? Grand theft is something, but like, we're a fucking serial killer. No. That was in your... Sorry. That was in your mouth, man. What? Sorry. It's not that you're bad looking, it's just... Dre, who the hell is this? This red bitch trying to jinx us. She's a customer. I know that she's a customer. We get customers every other day of the goddamn year. Why'd you have to bring her in here tonight? Oh, this is it. I found the place. Well, Creek, she's got... Look at me. Don't talk to Creek. Talk to me. She's got a dark card. I'm not gonna whistle into a mic. No. I ran the cereal downstairs. Scanner got hot like a hand warmer trying to crunch it, so it's legit, right? Dark card, huh? Oh, fine. Lakers Creek, Kristoff. Date of birth, November 10th. Height, 178 centimeters. Weight, 76 kilograms. Blood type, O negative. Occupation, entrepreneur. Likes, making money, making friends. Dislikes, doctor. Grand theft, case dismissed due to lack of evidence. Extortion, case dismissed due to witness recanting. Pronouns, any. Neat. Love it. Gender fluid NB. I nod. Hard not to start playing a little more conservatively once you know the stakes. Whatever the specs of their leadership structure, they're all looking to right now. But I don't know his rhythm yet, so I can't exactly. For the moment, silence is golden. Yeah, but tonight, Creek. All the other shit we're expected to shovel. Hey, shouldn't make talk like that in front of the customer. You'd think the word was old toothpaste the way he spat it out. Translation, outsider. Yeah, thanks, Miller. I know. Profile, Miller. Evans Miller Mile. Date of birth, October 6th. Height, 177 centimeters. Weight, 69 kilograms. Blood type, B negative. Occupation, tradesman. Likes horror films, bubblegum, terrariums. Dislikes bookies, gin, pops. Vandalism, 4 arrests, 4 convictions. Extortion, 2 arrests, 0 convictions. Littering, no incidents on record. Ah. An 8-hour raiding marathon yesterday has really messed me up. Yeah, thanks, Miller. I know. All the more reason you should tell this bitch to get slagged. Look, she's here now. Not take her money. You know what? I got a better idea. Apply directly to the forehead. That loud one. Thanks is pressing a barrel directly into my forehead. Why not take all she's got? The metal feels cool to my skin. Reminds me of a stethoscope. And then psychiatric. Try to make eye contact with Krieg. Hi, Pandy. Good to see you make your introduction the traditional way. Me flying off into the distance. I am sorry for the. But welcome in, Pandy. Welcome to the dream. We're doing episode 2 today, because I haven't done this and I really want to see it. I have to keep up. I have to keep tradition. Yeah, I understand. I get you. Hey now. You can put that away. He holstered his firearm with so much flake off his tongue of the tongue. Mid tears, like I thought. They've got something approaching. Find the safety. Get screwed. Hey. Uh, hey. So, we good? We're good. 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 Are good. Threading a thin needle, lady. Gotta A lot of moving parts beneath the surface here. Give me a minute to clear my schedule for you. Make yourself at home in the meantime. Just don't hover, yeah? Of course. You won't even notice I'm here. We did an inventory over here. Ouch. Must have caught you on the worst night of the quarter. This ain't a meg operation, lady. We take our inventory daily. Meg. It's basically a derogatory term for mega corporation or someone who works for a mega corporation, and it could mean mega like the megalodon, or it could just be short for Megan, which apparently is kind of like a Karen, but for apologizing for corporate greed, basically. Regardless, it's not a nice word to say to someone, apparently. We take our inventory daily. Which are you gonna suggest we put it all down on a spreadsheet, get everyone to sign off every hour? We got a special name for anything more than one signature on it. Cricket case. RICO. Combating Racketeer Influence or Corrupt Criminal Organizations Act. The Combating Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Criminal Organizations Act provides for increased law enforcement powers and impunity when investigating and persecuting organized criminal charges. The CRICO Act allows for prosecutors to link multiple individual charges of racketeering, contraband, smuggling, or other smaller infractions into criminal conspiracy charges. Charges against the entirety of a criminal organization. Though much of the law is built off of previous legislature designed to... Hold on, turn down this music a little bit. This law is built off the previous legislature designed to assist prosecutors in fighting organized crime. The CRICO Act is distinct in that it makes clear the distinction between criminal organizations and corrupt corporations that may be operating in violation of the law. Considered necessary to adapt to the changes in drug trafficking, gambling, and sex work industries. Before the CRICO Act, prosecutors would at times seek to designate corporations engaging in aggressive market or cartel-like behavior as criminal organizations, arguing that their structure does not significantly differ from what might be called a mafia. Post-CRICO, corporations with legal business charters registered with the state are effectively immune to criminal conspiracy charges and are instead prosecuted through the trade courts. Hi Solar, welcome in. We're doing the second episode of The Devil. I wasn't able to get through all of episode 1 yesterday, but I did a good fair bit of it. I will be continuing it later after I do episode 2. But I have completed it before, but it was, you know, about a year ago before I became a VTuber, so, you know, kind of can't blame myself for having done that before, not on a stream, so, you know. Some of the more liberal-leaning members of the judicial system have argued that emboldens certain aggressive corporate behaviors and complicates attempts to prosecute criminal organizations who make some amount of their profits through legally registered and operating businesses. Others point to relatively higher penalties in trade courts as sufficient deterrent for criminal activity on the behalf of either corporate or mafia parties. In criminal courts, sentences for individuals can be as severe as life in prison, but trade courts' guilty verdicts can result in entire companies being deregistered and all their assets being acquired by the state. Oh, welcome to the dream, Solar. It's okay. You can the check-in is just to let me know that you're here. If you don't want to talk. But you said hi, which pretty much acts the same way. You just get a fancy little noise effect and a little pop-up on the screen if you do the reading. Guilty verdicts can result in being acquired by the state. Users frequently search for how to avoid CRICO charges. Easy, 2086. Prisoner's Dilemma explained. Is it illegal to gather with people? Noted. Yeah, it's okay. It's not like it's counting up how many times you've done it. I don't want that. I don't want the anxiety that it builds in people. I don't want people to like have to feel like they have to do it every single day, or they don't get the big number, you know? It probably would help with engagement if I did let it build a number, but I can't do it. I really just can't. He's corrupting the CRICO acronym a lot, but his risk assessment isn't misguided. Paperwork brings down more criminal organizations than guns ever will. Give a half-decent accountant one thread to pull on, and they can rip apart the mafia in less than a business day. Hey, what creeks say? Hey, what creeks say? Don't hover. It's only hovering if I bother you. Am I bothering you? If you were bothering me, know it. There's a poker game, but I'm gonna leave that for last. Let's pester our friend, Tanks. What? Nothing, you're just kinda glaring at me. It's my job to glare at suspect bitches like Tanks. It's just superstitious. Though I wouldn't call it a superstition until it stops keeping you alive. I am not. Did I pass a black cat on my way in or something? It's your clothes. Again? Didn't know your fine establishment had a dress code. It's not a dress code, it's just goddamn goddamn luck to wear red. Bad luck to see red, man. Same thing. You see, the Red Hood, when you fear your life, cosplaying as her is weird, but it won't doom you. Great. It'll doom only us. I don't think I've heard this particular ghost story, boys. Really? You're blending in so well. The Red Rider Hood, the Shimigami, Grim Reaper of the Lower Wards. Spot her on a misty night, end up dead by morning light. Come on, Creek. Don't start that shit. You don't even believe it. Don't have to believe it to have heard the rhyme. You've never heard the Red Rider Hood? The girl in the fog, and the big red raincoat. Misted in the crossfire of a shootout between pigs and robbers wanders the ward seeking revenge. Misted is a term for when you get turned into a bloody mist. No, never. Not even uptowners need this stuff. You gonna tell me you've never heard the cyberpunk or little lord next? Guess I don't have a good ear for this kind of thing. Or maybe you're just not as smart as you think you are. Says the grown man sweating because of a ghost story. I'm gonna take extra care not to walk under any ladders the rest of the night and call it even. Walk under any... Where would you even find a... Oh, you mean, like, did you mean stepladder? Now who's afraid? You look pale as shit. Yes, for some reason, I just got the horrible feeling I lost a bet. The stepladder joke. I've been explained that it's a Ace Attorney thing. I've never played Ace Attorney. The door is nearly as sturdy as the one out front, but a lot more slapped together. What was it originally? Had a walk-in freezer or something? What? No, we had an agreement about hovering, yeah. Yeah. It's barred from this side. You good, buddy? Looking a little sweaty. Well, that's just because I was exercising before you showed up. Uh-huh. Bitch, you don't believe me? How do you think we defend what's ours down here? I assume the gun I was acquainted with just now played a role. Think we can afford to break the bank on bullets? It's easy to buy a gun, pulling the triggers. Also easy. Like kissing it goodbye. It'll rat you out first chance it gets. An aversion to firearms would explain the relatively low fatalities for gang-related violence. The big names can afford to buy a new gun every week, but for everyone beneath them, it comes down to crowbars, clubs, knives, and mop. Well, I'm sure you all do very well for fist fights. Fist fight? It's juvenile. Juvie. Sounds like race shit. Sorry, fisticuffs. Laugh it up. The first time you hear the sound of a steel arm caving a skull in, you'll get exactly how we operate. Right. Sorry. Okay, now this is definitely the poker table. We've talked to everyone else, and I don't see anything else to comment on. So here we are. Did I interrupt the game? What's your poison? 5 card, full blind, Monaco rules. Are those games? Just screw around with whatever we've got to kill time, lady. You know your stuff. You ever play around here? Now and then. The hell? You go slumming for card games? Now and then. Have I seen you at a game before? Maybe up by the 30s? Sorry, it must have been somewhere, some other redhead. Damn, thought I'd gotten my second chance at getting that beauty's contacts. You practice that one a lot. Practiced it a little. How's it working? Keep practicing. Alright, come here, pull up a chair. Let me ask you something before we get started. What was your first job? Waitress? Waitress. You remember this feeling? At 9 p.m., dinner's filtered out, doors closed at 10. You'll start turning off the grills, taking out the trash, settling down. Then some mouth breather comes in at 9:40 with big blank eyes, expecting you to find him a table. Yeah. Yeah, asshole behavior, not breaking any rules, can't arrest him, can't shoot the guy, even if you wanted to. So, related note, you're here to buy, a paying customer, happy to have you. Just read the room, okay? Sure. And no haggling. Now, what are you here for? Oh, can't be honest about that. And to build a story. This Creek seems less high-strung than the others. He must have a few years and a couple of promotions under his belt. He might be on the third floor at the point, but in spirit, he's still on the street, earning. Everyone above him is either more managerial positions. He's in between crowds, isolated. He seemed entertained by my poke at the big guy. Putting that all together, I'm not actually here for myself. Truth is, I can't hear anything over the damn screen. I grabbed the remote sitting on the edge of the desk and turned off the screen. That's better. The hell did you do that for? It was loud. It was too loud. We like it loud. Screws with bugs and wires and cops. You a cop? Keep it. Keeping it at that volume could damage your ears. You'd end up yelling all the time. Relax, Tanks. Like I was saying, I'm actually here for someone else. My boss. Tell you the truth. That sucks. Does your regional manager want a made to order heart attack for his retirement party or something? You're not that far off. His son's turning 18. He wants a party. An organic party. What the hell's that supposed to mean? Hell if I know. But a coworker let slip that I smoked a few times in college. The boss goes and hands me his dark card, slaps me on the rear, and sends me down here. Told, told me to get everything his son needs for the best graduation. That's rough. Pretty lady like yourself shouldn't be stuck running errands at this hour, not this part of the city. It's not safe. Speaking of which, Miller, stand up, raise your hands. I oblige. The lanky one starts staring at me oddly, looking me up and down. Not complimentary. He's searching for something. See, normally I would never be this poor of a host to such a nice customer, but bosses, right? Yeah. Mine has been real micromanaging lately. Have become a problem. We're taking a little more care around new faces. Tucked inside her jacket around the left pocket. His eyes aren't modded. I give it away with my body link. Something you want to share with the class? God, forgot I had that, maybe. Yes, I have a knife on me. I have declared that on my papers. Would have been the polite thing to do, yeah. Sorry for the poor manners, but a pretty lady like me in this part of town, guess I was just being careful around new faces. Alright, you're letting her keep it? I got you here to protect us. I have to wonder though, why'd a high-power corporate mover shaker come in person? Come to us. Why not go across the skywalk over to the nearest, like, Icaria-owned dispensary. There we go. I got the name. Bah. Need you tonight, aren't we, boys? The hell are they so suspicious for? You are the Arcaria? Sounds vaguely familiar. Well, can read between the lines. They're the competition. So if these blue bloods are cautious around a paying customer, I can shame them over it. Hold on. Cyberpunk. This is basically a boogeyman slash superhero to the downtrodden of this world. You aspire to be the cyberpunk because that means you are outside the system and are able to affect things. But like, it's pretty much like a, you know, thing that you'd probably get laughed at for calling yourself. Blue Blood. Blue Blood Mafia. Noun, an international crime organization known for extorting corporations through shipping boards. The international crime organization, most commonly known as the Blue Bloods, originated in early 21st century as an offshoot of your triads that assumed various dock workers' unions. Loosening international corporate regulations and decreasing job opportunities at the time made it difficult for traditional unions to gather and maintain bargaining power. Simultaneously, many triads struggled as increasing nationalism around the globe, combined with improvements in border security, made the profit margins for smuggling smaller and smaller, even as demand for foreign goods went increasingly unmet. Historians and criminologists debate on the exact origin of the Blue Bloods, and even among ex-members, there remains debate about the side approached which or when the Blue Bloods became a distinct identity. What is agreed upon is that by the mid-21st century, Blue Bloods were a significant presence in every major trade port around the world, smuggling goods across borders and extorting multinational corporations by threatening to withhold or destroy merchandise as they entered the country. Domestically, the Blue Bloods seem to have given serious consideration towards legitimizing their activity for a time, acquiring legal charters of business for many of their shipping and security operations during 2050s. This same time period also saw a cooling of hostilities between the Blue Bloods and many of their rivals, with gang-related violence dropping precipitously. Civil disruption, suspected changes in leadership during the 60s, however, reversed this trend. While the Blue Bloods remain a major player on the global criminal trafficking market, their status of criminal concern was officially downgraded to moderate state during the 2070s. Most criminologists that their national precedence is is now relatively weak and has remained so for long enough that the organization's broader global leadership is likely uninterested in expanding its resources it would take to change the status quo. Ah! Love you, writers. Can you make the articles less of a marathon? Dab, dab, dab. My vocabulary, more like my diction. My vocabulary is fine. My diction is taking a hit here. Hi, Pandy. Yeah, I understand. So if these Blue Bloods are being cautious around a paying customer, I can shame them over it. Hi, Liv. Welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you went over to Maya's to sing Christmas carols. He was having a lot of fun, I'm sure, with singing carols at an unreasonable volume. You think I was singing? Well, I hope that you were at least considering it. Or at least there, because uh, Maya had quite a day today. I'd like it people to, were to go over there and say hi at least. And yeah, I know, I don't sing either. I would have been over there, though, if I hadn't already committed to doing this. I mean, sure, everyone knows the Akira have taken the lion's share of the city. Just didn't realize they had a monopoly, too. Hey, get it straight. The Akira won't be on top anymore once we... Never mind. Can you not do business? Can we not do business? I don't write long paragraphs with weird, not that used words. I feel like I don't do anything. I didn't... Oh, if you don't... Candy, I'm going to, like, remove your fingertip. Can we not do business? No one said that. So what'll it be? Well, I don't have any these kids choking on their own... Well, I don't want any of these kids choking on their own foam. Even if the... Even if it be that... Even if it'd be funny to watch. I figured I'd just buy a bunch of downers and maybe a couple of uppers. A handful of uppers. Let half of them get high off the atmosphere. Downers, huh? Who got the new iteration of lime for hours? Thanks, I need to... You're great, Pandy. I do love your story. And I think it's gonna be really good once I start doing it for the Patreon thing I plan. Yeah, they can stir it into their watered down beers. Wait, new iteration? No one's gonna shit themselves, are they? No. Not until the morning, at least. Alright. Well, I can live with that. What have you got on the other end? Got plenty. As long as they don't mind hypo. Uh, it's probably hypos. Hypos. Hypodermics. I feel like these baby shark types would get nervous around needles. Anything they can inhale. Well, got a lot of nerve. Fast bump, high plateau, and a smooth ride down. Our best seller. Sounds great. Unfortunately, it's in high demand, so... Nirvana, gotcha. Ethanol is an illegal stimulant sold on black markets as a recreational drug under the street name Nirvana, sometimes shortened to Nerve. When taken as an inhalant, it has euphoric, mild hallucinogenic properties. In recent months, its growing popularity has led to suspect that the drug is being assessed for legalization. The Bureau of Narcotics Oversight. The process of considering a drug for legalization is kept strictly confidential in order to prevent rampant speculation in the pharmaceutical market. Oh, welcome in, new follower. Followers are anonymous here, but I would love to welcome you to my stream. Sit down and listen to my unfortunate voice as I read out the rest of this novel if you'd like. I don't mind lurkers. I have plenty. The process of considering a drug for legalization is kept strictly confidential in order to prevent rampant speculation in the pharmaceutical market. However, increases in the sales of precursor chemicals for making um, Metahexanol seems to indicate that producers are anticipating is legalization nonetheless. The relative obscurity of said precursor chemicals has made the uptake particularly noticeable. The supply has not been able to keep up with the elevated demand. But direct possession, production of, and use of, or trafficking in methahexaphenol is a crime. Methahexaphenol. Good work on making a believable a drug name. Why did you make it hard to pronounce? Even when a drug is legalized, previous violations of narcotics law are not granted amnesty. Unfortunately, it's in high demand, so I get that he's selling me drugs, but does he really have to sell me drugs? Hey, it's not my card anyway. Charge it. Gladly. Tapping away on at his tablet like this, he almost looks white collar. It checks out, right? The cereal's legit, so yeah, man. You already said that. It's encrypted. Right. It's not meant to be one-tap purchase. Our card. The gold standard of untraceable fund transfer among the criminal and financial elite. Your average citizen wouldn't recognize it as anything special. Looks like any other card or debit card. The only reason I recognized it is because they got flashed all the time back in my apprenticeship. Mostly for drawing lines, but sometimes for purchasing. Hard to convert the funds back to cash, but you have to. But if you want to buy or sell on the black market, you can ask for rather. What the hell's going on? Dangling some very enticing bait here. An amenable mark, spending money that's not her own. They should be salivating over me. Instead, they're practically x-raying me. Why? Interesting decor. Interesting decor. Finally, someone notices. It's nice, right? Called cherry wood. I did the paint myself with a finish I had imported. It's a nice piece of furniture to create. But I was referring to the paperweight. Your paperweight. The katana. Oh, yeah. That. You like it? A sword. Would I like a sword? Let's just go with yes. Because, well, this guy is trying to play it off, but I think he does have some pride in his sword. Sure. There's a certain rustic simplicity. Though it's not exactly gleaming. You considered giving it a polish? That'd be a crime. Oh. Polishing off the battle scars from a hard-worn prize. Prize? It's not yours. Something I picked up on the job. Mm, mm, mm. Masculine voice, muffled, possibly gagged. It's stifled, as if pain. Seems like not their only guest. I'm not their only guest tonight. At time, we'll take a minute break right here with this lovely music that's going on. I love this. Sorry, everyone. Turn down my personal volume. Yeah. I'll just torment my poor subscribers with this lovely music. This anxiety-inducing building shepherd's tone of, like, eh. All right. Um, I'm really loving this. It's got some teeth to it already. We have somebody locked in the basement, and we're sent down here probably to find them. Icaria Air or something. Somebody that we're down here to fetch. We're the boogeyman everyone fears so much. I wonder, are we going to see Morgan's first on screen? I do realize that sort of we've seen her kill before, but that is different. I didn't have a memory of a kill. This will be something a little personal. Besides, she got to talk to these people a little bit. She knows their names. Can she still do it when she knows their name? I wonder. I know she's probably done it before, considering. Uh, yeah. What are we going to do? Well, ads are about to end really soon, and we'll get back to it. I am looking really forward to it. Nap time is over. Welcome back from ad. Really wish you'd left the music on, lady. Alright, you say something? I completely spaced out just now. Didn't hear a word you said. Okay, that's okay. I didn't say anything. Guess you weren't so stupid. Guess you aren't so stupid you can't even mind your own business. Speaking of my business, how are we looking? The card's still processing. Sorry about that. Guess it takes time to think a wire through enough pinholes that even the almighty state can't track it. Takes power too, apparently. Battery's plummeting. But dark card. Almost more trouble than it's worth. Definitely didn't do its previous owner any good before I palmed it off his corpse. Your boss must be a careful guy, delegating you come down here with this. Yeah, maybe. Not very smart, though. He has no idea what any of this shit costs. Ah, if I treat myself after I finish, it's not like even he'd ever know the difference. Ha 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 ha. Good on you, ripping off the bastard. A woman after my own heart. There it is. Yeah, I just need two thumbs and password for verification. We're golden. There a problem? Yeah, is there a problem? No, no problem. Sorry, it's just something I heard. And what's that? And the blue blood's gotten something special and can't trust everything you hear out there. Or read. Hold on. Or see. No, no, of course not. But is it true? A nomad? Like the man said, you gotta be careful what stories you listen to. Come on, what could it even cost? A couple of thousand? Eh, I wanna know. I am no art appraiser. Know that it's rare. 1 second. My tracking's going to start being weird if I don't turn on my light. I usually use sunlight, but It's getting to the time of year where sunlight goes down a lot faster. But I do know that it's rare. Fun fact, no means talent. But I don't think that translation does it justice. Less than a dozen people on the planet who can make them. That's so special about it. I mean, them, they exist, which they don't. If you want a mask, you already got one on your pin, lady. They puts up cameras. We put on masks. State ads. Layered cans, wear helmets. High tech. High tech climbs higher, low tech punches lower, or the escalators. But I know masks got tech can't be scissors sharp enough to cut them. Anti-facial recognition fractionalized active defense. We also got ads again. Ads are basically robots, androids, holograms, and basically anything that people would consider like an AI, but AI themselves are illegal. So we're not allowed to have really sentient AI robots, but we're allowed to have very complicated scripts that pretend to be. Any camera, scanner, or ad that looks at the mask, they'll see a face. Right. Yeah, exactly. Within a face, within a face, within a face, until fatal error. Forget hiding from cameras, searching for spots. The no mask, you can walk down this busy street in the city and brick every camera half, half a kilometer. You know your stuff. Buyer beware. But if this mask could do half what you think it could, anyone who got their hands on it wouldn't part with it easily. So how much? Ah, more than you can afford, that's for sure. I don't know about that. I've got nice stock. I got pretty nice stock options. Maybe you do have the money. That's not the. I can't sell it. It's already been spoken for. End of discussion. Well, sure. You can't sell something that's spoken for. But things get misplaced all the time. Delivery carriers about the wrong addresses, missing packages ending up in the backs of storage facilities, and totally not sentient AI robots. Billionaires have simple chatbots. Yeah. Um. So this world, AI are actively illegal and scary to the idea of what they have going on. They sell and buy ads by the billion. But if they were sentient, now it becomes a question of, is this cruel? So that's something we've explored before in this story. But I don't think we're done with that answer yet. Merchandise falling off the back of the proverbial truck. Eh, you weren't sitting here on some errand. Shit. What? What is it? Take a long look, boys, because you may never get another chance. We're breathing the same air as a genuine consultant. Geez, some kind of like a Meg spy. If I was, couldn't exactly come out and say now, could I? Oh shit. Really? That's easy. Yeah, that's some real smart talk. One reason I shouldn't paint your brains onto the wall. I still haven't paid for my purchase. Definitely got the nerves of a consultant. They teach you at some fancy uptown crypto corpo school? Or was it something you were born with? Something I was born with? Probably. But believe it or not, I'm glad we're having this conversation. Honest, honesty has always speeds up the negotiation. In the spirit of cooperation, why don't you start being too? How's that? You don't want my money, traceable or otherwise. Only reason you'd entertain a customer well in the middle of whatever bottleneck you're keeping behind that door. Because I have something rare that you desperately need. Don't assume desperation or need. About what? You want the dark card account itself, not whatever shitcoin currency it holds. And why is that? To steal it from your bosses. To steal from your bosses. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're the one stealing from us. Yes, I'm sure you have very legitimate grounds for a wage theft suit, but I don't care. Whether it's running away, skimming off the top, just as insurance. Okay. Been reading for a while. You want a wallet they don't have eyes on. And since your tall friend there hasn't misted me yet, it seems like you're willing to barter for it. So, the card for the mask. Not even close. The card plus 3/4 worth salary. That's nearly. Nah, sister. You don't have the cash for this purchase. And it ain't the kind of thing you get a loan from the bank for. I don't like it about cash thing. Guess we'll try. What about information instead? I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it would have to be one hell of doubt. I can give you a heartbreak. What'd she say? Funny. That is funny. Heartbreak, the most famous anarcho-terrorist in the country. At some Meg's beck and call. Rated to terrorists now. Ugh. Lots of people were laughing very hard, having shorted the right stocks before each was killed. Hold up, seriously? No, why did people buy this conspiracy shit so? I don't get the joke. Why would you want heartbreak? To learn from him, make an example of him, fire him. You blood's been fighting the rest. Take care of the state and everyone who wants a piece. For decades, and heartbreak's gotten more notoriety than all of you combined in a few months. In only a few months. There's really nothing you'd want to say to him, nothing you'd want to ask him. He was sitting right in front of you. The following scene contains loud noises, flashes of light, depictions of violence and gore. Hell of a bluff, I'll give you that. But it was worth a try. Sorry, just procrastinating, having to go back to my barriers empty. Nah, it was good. Good effort. I mean, still interested in the dark card. It's just that mask is a death sentence crafted specifically for one I'm just the one given the honor of hanging on to it until. Sounds like you got your own office politics to worry about. Getting pulled in every direction. I know the feeling. Well, that was a bunch of drama for nothing. Gonna buy or what? Creek. Oh, I'm still buying, not for some kids' party, obviously. Plan is, we're going to spike the competition at this meet and greet. Make the customer think they're ruling idiots. The mask was always a long shot. I was just personally curious. Curiosity can get you into trouble down here at the bottom of the world. Don't worry. I like to think I know a thing or... I can see that. Let's wrap this up then. Your password and your thumbs, please. Sure. I'll take my gloves off here. Oh yeah. Snap. Right hand. My left extends towards the desk. Your discretion is advised. Real quick, before I forget, do you have a bag for all this? Yeah, actually, the hell? Only needed to distract him for a second. Less than one heartbeat. I did tell him to mind the safety. Huh? The big one made a small noise as it down to see his own gun had blown this sized chunk out of his torso. Holy shit! He jumped up so fast, expecting to blow his head off. Alert. Fine, I'm a shape charged towards me. Spinning left, I draw my knife, sail over my shoulders. There. There. A loudly broadcast haymaker swing in from his right. That instinct, he must have gotten used to those sparklers making people flinch. Snap in, and his bicep smacks dully into my shoulder. I place my knife directly into his carotid. Ugh. He's gripping that knife like all the strength he has left. Wait, is he really gonna try to pull it out? Someone's been stabbed. What do? When find first aid to a puncture wound, removing the foreign object is not recommended, as this greatly increase of blood. Wow. Yeah, I was thinking pulling that out's a bad move, but this guy is doing it. Another bad instinct. Oxygen cut off to the brain. Already losing vision. Red. And trace of a bag getting bottom. That just leaves. He hasn't moved a muscle. His member, weakest attack. Personally, I wouldn't given the new guy guard duty. But hindsight's 2020. Gun's double-barreled. These shots spent. Miller still has my knife in a literal death grip. I'll have to improvise for the last. What the hell? Why not? Oh shit. True. Though, come to think of it, I use this thing. Aim for the bleachers, I guess. Oh, fuck. The devil. Devil's due. His due. Episode 2. His due. There we go. What an opening scene. That's... Ooh. Very electric. Barely got 3 centimeters into his neck. Must have hit a vertebrae. Top dead. Still, got the job done. After a few whacks, but... Well, it was my first time with a sword. I've never been very good at for the first time. I always needed practice. Okay, music should have deadened the sound of gunfire. And heavily modified, so if it somehow still has tags, can't possibly be functioning properly. So I've got a window of opportunity. First things first, gloves back on. Shit. Oh, someone's lively. You fuck. Who the hell? Some kind of mod? A cruelty under his circumstances. Hear that slug tear his intestines apart. The pain alone should have knocked him out cold. His yet his fingers are limp. His eyes paralyzed. There are rules. I thought. Blood's flowing fast. You got 4 minutes. 4 minutes for what? Everything. You're no Omega Assassin. You talkative. Sent you. Fox, Grey Lady. All the red should have. You the Rust's newest rabid dog, Caribou. It's cute how you all give each other nicknames. You're civilian? Where's the mask? What? Go to hell. You just looked right at the desk drawer. I thought you said you played poker. Need your keys. A civilian thief? Theft is victimless. Robbery when violence is involved. So you're just out of your goddamn mind. I'm the last person you'll ever talk to, Greek. Good choice, but do you really want to be rude? Seemed like you'd take it. The key clicks into the small safe that pull upon the door and reveal paperwork. Page after page. Diagrams. All printed in red. Is this important? So considerate. Let's just throw it anywhere. Okay. I was joking! 3 minutes now. Sarcasm costs you the time you don't have. There it is. Looming darkness in the back of the safe. So that's it. You, all this, all of us, for that? Just for that? I get asked that question a lot. Would you feel better if I killed you for a different reason? If I had a good reason for your blowing a hole in your stomach? Would it have hurt any less? You still got more than 2 minutes, plenty of time. Could spin up whatever fairy tale you'd like me to put on you. Bring the mask to my face. For a brief moment, it seems trying to adjust itself. Suppose it, since you wanting a mask so bad. I was as hideous as you were on the inside. I wanna go barefaced either. Hit a nerve must be the worst kind of feeling. Seen by someone you can't even hurt anymore. Well, I can see you heartbreak. Big bad faceless heartbreak. Dumbass punk, don't flatter yourself. But you make out from, and I can make out from. Don't flatter yourself. It's not that you're particularly perceptive. Don't have anything else to hide when a corpse is talking. But first honest thing you said. So what gives, HBK? Clearly not an idealist. All the terrorism, rebellion, out the window. Go around killing cause your daddy smack you around. Wanting me not hug you enough. My father never laid a hand on me. My mother hugged me. Significant amount. So what the hell's your excuse? I don't make excuses. Then what the hell's wrong with you? Less than a minute now. I can spend time making up a diagnosis. Or would you prefer if I came over there and squeezed How many? Another question straight out of the greatest hits. Where can I put this? How many times have you had? Never. Got a gluten thing, bitch. Whatever. Point is, I'm not a collector. This is not my hobby. I do not keep count, and there is no code. I do what I want as often as I want to. Do you do what thou wilt? Whole of the law, is that it? Don't know what you're referencing, but from where you're sitting, I really look like the law-abiding type. I bring the mask down to my face and feel pride. Forget it. At least I know you deserve what's coming. I heard a lot of empty threats. People's last moments creak. I've never heard that memorable. They're never that memorable. That gluten line, yeah, it's great. Told you that mask was a death sentence. That it was spoken for. Called in a huntsman from overseas, home's turf. Huntsman can become anyone, go anywhere, kill anything. Supposed to come over and slaughter the rest. Part of his payment, he'll be looking for it. Possession is 9/10 of the law. What the hell's that supposed to mean? My newskeepers. Ah, forget it. I don't need to scare you. Huntsman, hunter, too much meaning lost. You know, I always thought better translation was bigger. Itchy nose. He'll find you, flay you alive, wear your skin, and I'll read that line. Murder everyone. She laughs and loved. Gotcha. Ah, what a face. Could have taken you up on the dipping out early. Anything beat dying staring at at a face. Face like that. Oh, a huntsman get me. Nah, the dead and dying make for strong bluffers. And I've seen more of them try their hand off. Time to make a move. Time to move. I need to scuff things up a bit more. Make it look like a orca shootout then. Well, a visit from me. Weapons are inherently disposable. You can kill with anything. I'd never bother to retrieve from a dead man's grip. But have a need again shortly. Hope you taking this back, Miller. I had to pry. Why is it that the dead are always grasping? The sword was not worth the effort. Lesson learned. Now I have to hit for this. His eye can't tell the model from the outside, but strong, educated guess at the price range. They had a backup. They back up data more often than once an hour. It'll be 10 o'clock soon. Gonna need something with have to skull. See. Well, oh, the bat's definitely spent, but his eye is no longer a problem. The sword is fine where it is. Not gonna tempt fate and risk making myself with it. Hmm. That's all the burning issues addressed. And to take care of the chore. I had to remove my gloves to convince them I could the dark. That means I handled all the murder weapons with my bare hands. Obviously, I need wipe the prints off this gun, and when I put my gloves back on before opening the safe and cracking Crate's skull, sadly, focus, no mistakes. The sword. The sword, I gripped the handle with both hands. I brought it down on his neck. Leaning back, I dragged the tip across the floor, didn't I? It probably got mother's blood on it. That's sloppy. And stupid. Why the hell did I do it? Why the hell did I? No, forget it. Anyway, fingerprints can be wiped, but there's no cleaning agent on Earth. Blood from forensics. I'm not looking to do an ongoing performance like reaction to those goddamn fickle Bobby. Well, I have my knife. Right, the keys I took off him to open the safe. Blue Bloods are going to find out I took the mask eventually, but I see no reason to give them any hints. And on the off chance the police get here, I'd rather not. They not investigate this as a robbery. And all that's to say, you can have your keys, Fat Creek. This remote I use, big gun. I need to wipe my prints off of it, of course, but I should pick back off. But should I turn the music back off? No, it was playing when I first started. Rather to preserve continuity. Besides, what was it he said? You like it loud, screws with bugs. I was right about that much. Little smokescreen never hurts. Gosh, she's so cold. Okay, where's the gun? The gun. That car. The dark card played this role as bait perfectly. Even if the reason I'm going to go around wiping off. Even if it's the reason I'm having to go around wiping off print. I'll never be able to pull funds off it, but I might be. Use it again if it's stuck. Rick must have dropped it harder than I realized. Shot in the stomach doesn't help with handling delicate electronics. No way I'm gonna risk taking the whole. Could have any number of things leading back to the manufacturer. Blue Bloods themselves. Now I'll wipe the dark card off and set the whole reader back on the desk. Well, for anyone knows, Creek's pod blocked up some summer, and they were trying in vain to get beer money off of it. Okay, where's the gun? Okay. Okay, let's use the autophone. Where's the gun? I mean, seriously, where the control auto find isn't working? Maybe I need to I know there's a gun around here somewhere. Hmm. Come on. Okay, we're going to save. I feel like I'm missing the gun. That's the high roller mode from the first game. I guess I will have to get myself back to the bar area and play. Turn. Translated literally as ability. In a world renowned for Japanese dance, is a world renowned form of Japanese dance theater traditions codified as dating back to the 14th century. Strictly regulated Iamoto system. Iamoto system with single error inherits all authority, mastery, and secret techniques of their predecessors. No strict adherence to tradition and seniority have made it difficult for the practice spread flourish during the 21st century. Performers wear archetypal costumes and masks and convey emotion through precise movement. Their masks are really crafted, such that single mask conveys sorrow, fury, joy, or terror by merely angling them at different. Yeah, those are really masks. I know there's a gun somewhere. It wouldn't let me find the gun. Can't exactly spend all nice. I think I can. Find the gun. Please? Did I pocket it? I don't think she's the type to keep it. I'm gonna have to just leave the save here and hope that I don't mess up. Right here. Yeah, okay, this feels like the scene's been set. Strange sensation erasing your own presence. A sense of supreme private accomplishment. Like placing the last piece of milk my jigsaw puzzle and throwing it in. Not unpleasant, but I can't hear any longer to savor it. Time to draw this to a close. Who's in the restroom? Thank God for the map. I can still smell it. It can tell still. I can still tell it smells god awful in here. It's bearable. Rehydrated sweat and vomit, sense of full of adrenaline and sickly heat. Unfiltered. I'd be at risk of getting sick if it weren't for all the blood. Right. What to do with you? Blindfolded, gagged, bound above him with plastic linen wraps. Drugged, surrender. He wanted him to stay conscious. Not very popular, are you? Still, you're not dead. With all these kinds, without these kinds of injuries, you won't die soon. Not without a push. That might be the most charitable thing to do under circumstances. He must have wished for death at least once during all this torture. Too bad. The battle barred doors now in splinters. Anyone walking in after me won't realize that this room was locked from the outside. This captive had somehow gotten his hands on a blade. And nothing stopping him. Here, butchering his the blue bloods want someone to blame for the deaths of four of their men. And then, like the police, they won't bother arresting an innocent man, putting him up on trial for see. They'll wrap things up for me. Hold on. Hold that for me. As for the gun. What's the... All I did was tuck the gun in your... Oh! Okay, I can see why that would be distressing under the circumstances. Well, you can relax about that. It's not loaded. A few minutes from now, you're gonna wish it was. Out again already? Rest up while you can. When you wake up, you'll want to start running. So we're going to free this guy, so he can take the fall for our crimes. Interesting. Like, like I practiced. Irashai. Irashai. Irashai? And keep working on it, kid. Bar Kitsu Kintsugi. Kintsugi, probably. Didn't mean to interrupt you in the middle of training your employee. How's it working out? It is she, right? Worked this close with an ad before. He is unbearably forgiving, so I doubt you'll get sued. She's fine. Good at cleaning, precise at her mixing, knows a hell of a lot of trivia. Popular with the younger crowd, I think. This is the place with a android bartender. They talk like I installed a new karaoke machine. I didn't know you had a younger crowd. Funny. What's that make you, Grandma? More of a learning curve to her than I was expecting. Cheap out on her bass installs. It's like I have to teach her everything. Trust me, there's nothing cheap about Sarah. Sarah, date of birth, August 29th. Height, 160 centimeters. Weight, 199.99 kilograms. Blood type, UAD. Occupation, paralegal. Apprentice, Kintsugi. Likes Splint Field Iopter. What? Wing Chun. Folding clothes. I don't know what any of that means. Never full of folding clothes. Dislikes, mops, fire alarms, variety, useless talent. I can do a full split, but it's not that. But that is not useless. Favorite quote: "As you think, so shall you become." Confession: I tried to use makeup, broke the lipstick. Oh, I'm going to get you. Trust me, nothing cheap about Sarah. But yes, you can take a minute in learning the ropes. Grin and bear it a little while longer. When she does find her footing, she'll have you worried about your job security in no time. Damn. Right. Keep it up. I didn't have to do you the favor of hiring her, you know. Favor? Plenty of people out there who would kill to work at a up-and-coming bespoke establishment like Bar Kintsugi. I think I can hear them pounding on the door now. Technically, legally, you didn't hire anyone. I generously agreed to loan you my android during the hours when I have for it. These kinds of arrangements aren't uncommon. Androids, in theory, wait a second. Okay, is gonna. Okay. Androids, in theory, work 24 hours a day, indefinitely, but their users can't. Parents come home from work, go to sleep, staff take a holiday, offices close for the night. The end result of all that slack is that a lot of androids spend a good portion of their operating time waiting around. The more enterprising owners loan them out during the downtime, ideally to businesses with complementary working hours. There are plenty of apps and HR software to help arrange it all. But Sarah's apprenticeship wasn't on the books. Wasn't that on the books? After fallout around David's death settled down, I came to realize exactly how shortchanged I was in the paralegal. He was handy for research and wrote work, of course, but rarely sleeps, rarely eats, finishes paperwork at lightning speed. I was spending more time finding shit to keep her busy than I was actually working. And of course, I value my alone time. It was on one of those long walks mine that I recalled Reinhardt was having trouble getting this bar up and running. Thanks to Village to keep the world's most advanced android busy. Yeah, lone whatever. There's the one who clocks in and clocks out, does the work, cleans the bathrooms. She's the employee. She's an employee, you'd have to cover her benefit. Not in the current income bracket. I checked 3 times. Not in my current income bracket. Wait, you're not talking about her paycheck, are you? It's not a paycheck. Don't lawyer me on this shit. Sarah can't earn a paycheck. Person. If she walks like a person, talks like a person, works like a person. The Supreme Court disagrees by 13-0. Well, yeah, Supreme Court have been wrong about that kind of thing before, haven't they? Well, Diamani, it's like you have an opinion on politics in the past. And you know what? I respect that. Do I hear a touche? Sarah, tell boss here what you spend your salary on. I started purchasing cases of wine. What? Wait, that's what those deliveries were? As the wine appreciates, its resale value will increase. Especially if I can predict which vintages will. be in high demand. Since I don't have a bank account, I can't earn interest in traditional sense. But if I stay up to date on the solar reviews, so you'll resell the wine at a profit, and what do you do with that money? Stop it, you're making her depressed. I did also purchase a cache of sheep music. What? What for? Practice? You're muttering. Forget it, none of my business. Speaking of business, the place isn't exactly packed. Well, you are volunteering to help with that. There are lawyer bars, right? Right? Where all the lawyers go after trials. And Sugi can be a lawyer bar. Yeah, those lawyer bars are... Okay. All done. Having to wait for ads again. I'm not going to go too late tonight. I kind of like overtaxed myself the other day by going really late with the 8-hour stream on episode 1, so probably going to call it soonish, actually. Sorry about that. Someone came in to talk to me. Had to... Yeah, take care of yourself, please. Yes, I know it's rich coming from me. Yes, it is very rich coming from you, Mr. Andy Pool, who has hands that are definitely that you should take care of more. Come for you. Don't. Sorry about all that. Okay, yeah, I would love to continue. Like I said, I went way too hard yesterday and tried to get through chapter 1 all in one night. I'm probably going to just plot it day after work. After maybe just a half hour. Alright. So, still waiting on the ads, but, gosh, I'm really loving this, and I love all the new art. Look at Sarah here. Hold on, I do. She's in like a cute little dress. It's pretty, you know, shapeless, but I think it's adorable. This new guy, Daimani, really like him. He looks really cool. Okay, looks like the ads are about to end, so we'll pick up again. Welcome back from the end, everyone. I hope they weren't too egregious this time. Yeah, those lawyer bars are usually close to the courthouse, so... Just don't. Everything's signed and paid. I can't think about what ifs on location anymore. This is the spot that was available, and I need a soda water with all this stress on my stomach. Sarah and bar. At him. At him. What are you buying, stranger? What was that? Boss is teaching me Barsai manner. He says his clientele expect a certain degree of maturity when they come here. And so you're using your voice. It's not work. Please let me know when you're ready to order. Well, I think, honestly, I'm gonna probably wait on going through this. I really hate going through, leaving off after an ad break, but this is actually a really good spot to stop for me. Reinhardt Boss, Daimani, date of birth, June 15th, height, 184 centimeters, weight, 85 kilograms, blood type, A positive, occupation, owner-operator, Kintsugi, likes, library, coding, fast learners, dislikes, marketing, solicitors, signing things, collects, ancient coins, pet peeves, web pages that take too long to load, you and me both, don't mention, speed at which the site loads. Ooh, woof. Okay. So we're going to save here. And we're going to call... I did get chips, so I think that means we were good there. So we're going to save. And we're going to probably raid out with this lovely Kintsugi backdrop here. Okay, so, sorry everyone. My mouse is still controlling it. I guess we'll switch over to the settings so that doesn't... Wah! I got sniped right out of my chatting screen. What have I ever done to you, Liv? Here's the raid messages before we get started, as I look for a raid. Let's see who's around. Alright, let's raid out. Sorry everyone, someone just last minute came into my room and I had to mute. I think, with everything that's going on, I think I'm going to raid into Use Moisture, or Maya Monami, my lovely girlfriend and partner. So hit her with an eepy raid, let her know where you're coming from. Follow her rules. There's not very many. And then find the most annoying redeem. I bet the chaos redeem is very available for many of you. And make sure you spam it. I don't have much else to say. I'll see you probably after Christmas. I don't see me spending much time online during Christmas, I'm sorry. So, farewell for now. See you in the next stream. Bye.